Um, but yeah, what I was saying earlier, just to recap the previous stream, we basically have this like 3-shot like little layout thing that I made, animating this character. It's made by yeah, Wyatt Hall, who's in the chat. So super talented director, and animator and rigger and does everything. And he also designed this character with another friend of mine, Moondoggy. So Moondoggy designed the character mainly, and then I think Wyatt provided the art direction. But honestly, with this sequence that I made on the last stream, I do want to add like one more shot probably in between here just to make it hook up better. But last stream, all we got to animate was this much, and I still want to improve it a little bit. So I think probably we're just gonna focus on this latter like half of the sequence, and maybe the other half we'll do off stream. But yeah. So I figure basically we'll just pick up right where we left off. I'm doing good. Yeah, I'm doing great actually. I just flew in. I got home last night. I was in New York uh for Friday and Friday Saturday. Um, so I was at an event. I was at ANYC. Um, and it was really really fun. New York is nice. New York is like, not to offend any New Yorkers, but I would describe New York as like Japan but dirty. Like it felt like very similar, especially the subways and stuff. But I was like, damn, it's so musty. Anyway, okay. I just want to rewatch this, and because I was watching it back the Twitter post I did, and like I know it's gonna be more dynamic because there's gonna be like lasers firing at her, and she's gonna be dodging them and stuff. But I do think like she's just not moving that much. I mean, she's moving a lot, but like I want her to be a lot more like left and right movement. Like as much as possible, I want her doing like this kind of stuff. Because I want her to be believably dodging things. Like I think I have a good amount of verticality, right? She goes in, and I think like maybe I can have her get lower here to make it really feel like she's dodging stuff. Like I can like make her put her ass over here, put her head over here, like make her like really super crouched. I think that might feel better, so I can make use of verticality more. Uh, Here's okay, and then obviously she jumps, so that's good. So I just want to make sure overall she's moving left and right more, is the main thing. And then we can go into this like Eternal Circus like sequence here, and hopefully it works. I've never done a shot like this before, so we're gonna find out together. It's definitely dirty. Yeah, no, I was surprised. I mean, I've always heard that it was dirty, but I was like, I saw a rat in the subway, and I was like meeting a celebrity. I feel like I was like, damn, I've heard about these in stories. Anyway, I think the first thing I'm gonna do is just make her crouch more during that sequence, because afterwards I'm gonna have to move her like root control, like this, and I think I can use bake to empties to move that like as a layer. So I'll just do that instead. So I also think she can crouch more here, maybe, to add more contrast. Let's move her ass. Rotate, rotate. Yeah, there we go. Like so. So, and that first pose can be like really low. As low as possible. I think there was some rigging I wanted to do for the board too. Maybe I'll do that after because it's little detail stuff anyway. So yeah, the more she can be up after this, I think I want to raise her up even more. I want her to like almost stand up straight. There we go. Just a little more. And then I want her to get down even more here. So let me look at the drawing I did actually, because that was a pretty decent reference. Yeah, okay. So she has to be like way more down. It's fine, yeah. I'll just move. I'm gonna save this actually. I'm gonna make a iterated save in case whatever I do completely messes it up. I can just go back. Anyway, how's everyone else doing in the chat though? Anyone working on anything interesting right now, or y'all just watching? Ah, what did I do? What? Very interesting. So yeah, get really low. Tilt. I want to get like a. I want to get like a this kind of curve. Hmm. I'm probably gonna have to use this guy, and then just move the torso. Yeah, I think it looks good. So now we have a nice curve here. Made it in time. Shigemori, what's up, man? Yeah, I hope I forget. Is it late for you around this time? I'm still once I reach like Twitch affiliate, I'm probably gonna try and make a schedule, and I'll see if I can make it in a good time zone for everybody. 3 p.m. Okay. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, I was just telling people I was just in the East Coast. It was in New York for like a few days. I think I want to add like a control to maybe Wyatt, because if you're still watching, it'd be nice to have a control that like does this but keeps the feet attached, so I can have this kind of thing. I know it probably doesn't make sense um for the actual like her foot. I don't think could do that, but like I mean, meh, you know? I don't know. Yeah, I think this is down enough comparatively. Should probably be about here actually. And then I want to move her top. The thing is, if I move her too low, it muddies the silhouette, so I gotta be really careful about it. Yeah, see? Like I lose her arm in there. And it's partially an arm pose problem, but also partially a camera angle problem. Outer edge of the... Oh, yeah, that sounds good to me. Like, I wonder if I can, like... I mean, I could probably just shape kit for now. I mean, this is, like, fine. Let's just... Let's just assume, for now, she can lift her legs off of the snowboard. Why not? Yeah, like, the ankle with this design's a little bit weird. Like, for sure. I mean, it's just because she has, like, big, chunky shoes. But I forget in her original design, if you wanted to tell the chat more about her design, that might be interesting. I forget, is she supposed to be some sort of android? Or is she like an actual person? I forget. Yeah, let's gotta move her arm too. For these, okay, I'll just focus on this keyframes for now. Yeah, that looks so cool. I love this pose. I really like how the like arm, there's like a nice flow through the arms. That looks really good to me. Not on purpose, I just kind of happened. Some arc with some arc with the IK here that I want to fix. A Halo, she's like a Halo Spartan experiment. Oh, very cool. Ah, it's this one that's fucking up, I think. Yes. She needs to stand up more. Why is she not up straight here? Should definitely be this one. Yeah. Keep her up straight as much as possible to make the like contrast of verticality more clear. Honestly, I think her right arm is like kind of fine. I kind of want to do something like this maybe. Yeah, I mean it looks okay. Maybe actually it's this. Yeah, this is what needs to be adjusted here. And I can bring this more out and put the wrist like that. Maybe like so. This needs to be more over here. Methinks. Oh, this is a nice song. What is this? Alucarte. I was telling my girlfriend earlier, I don't know if you guys agree, but the auto, like compared to Spotify, the auto like finding songs for you is much better on YouTube than it is on Spotify. Like I never used the actual, what is it, like personal radio? I've never used that shit on Spotify, but YouTube is really good. Okay, I like this. Yes, we'll continue with this. Should I keep her head tilted? Maybe like that. That seems pretty good. I'm gonna keep her more. I'll just blend to neighbor for a little bit. Boom. And I'll probably have to blend to neighbor just a little more. And I think that'll look good as a verticality. Yeah, that feels more like she's actually dodging something to me. Just because she's actually moving more. Like overall, I just want to push this section a little bit. There's a little bit of a head weirdness here. The spacing of it's weird. If you look at the head, it has like this kind of wobble to it around over here. So I gotta fix that as well. What if I made this one a little lower too? Okay, this one I'm gonna have to just do it manually like this. I'll move the knee and I'll probably start to push back on the leg now. About here. Looks good. Thanks, Ian. Thank you. Halsey, what's up, man? It's been a while. I feel like I haven't heard from you in a while. How you doing? Is this your first time in the stream? It doesn't say your first time chatter, so I suppose not. Yeah, right here, there's some like weirdness. Up to here, everything is following a nice little curve. Something is weird here. Oh, the very first stream makes sense. It's hard to believe that was 4 weeks ago, man. I really have streamed 4 weekends in a row. You know, I did it the first time, and I was like, watch me never stream again. But here we are. So yeah, I think this is off. So I can just move it on Y maybe to fix it. There's still a little bit of a wobble here, and I don't know why. What if I just delete this keyframe? Does that fuck up anything? Not really. Okay, wait, what if I delete the other keyframe instead? What if I delete both keyframes? Okay, that did not help. 4 weeks ago? Yeah. I think it was 4 weeks ago because I've only streamed on weekends, and I think you need 4 streams to reach Twitch affiliate. So this should be the fourth weekend because I think I streamed the very first weekend of August here, then here. So this should be number 4. No animation to send for feedback? No. It'd be interesting to do some feedbacks on stream too. I don't know. I could maybe toy with that idea. I know Dylan does that a little bit. It's kind of hard to make. It's kind of hard to do though, because sometimes you watch a shot and you're like, I have no idea what to do. I have to like think about it a lot. Oh shit! Hold on, I dropped something. Yeah, appreciate that, man. Streaming has been really fun. I don't know. It's like I actually get to like work on personal projects, but then I get to like hang out with people a little bit too. It's kind of fun. Oops, this one here. Okay, so this needs to change. What if I delete this instead? That like definitely looks better. Or the head doesn't jiggle as much, which is honestly my main issue. Clueless, dude, what's up? Yo, appreciate you checking out the stream. You finally caught one. Hell yeah. I might have to do the I might have to do what's called the ultimate technique, which is animate these frames frame by frame by frame to get this right. How's the animating going so far? It's pretty good. We've got about half the shot done. I'm hoping to just push this first half a little bit, and then we can go on to the second half. Yeah, I love me a little brute force. There's no shame in it, not at all. I just gotta find the path that I want to do. So let me just take out another note. Man, I'm using so many annotations. I don't usually do this. It's very odd for me. I guess because I'm explaining stuff on stream a lot. Anyway, I want to find a path for the head. So we're gonna go here. Make sure this is locked. And they're there. And her head is here. So I have to change that. Yeah. So I want her head to take like this path almost. That's what I'm thinking. So I just have to move her root to make that happen. Although it could be a torso issue, but I don't think it is because her torso is more or less locked to her root. So like there's a big jump here that I'm not exactly sure why it's there. I delete this. And then let's see. I think probably delete this guy here. This might be a torso issue, maybe. Or a chest issue? Hmm. I'm gonna turn her chest like that and see if the path looks better. Yeah, I think that looks okay. Right here, there's a bit of a, she starts turning back. So I wanna maybe do something like this. And her head starts turning suddenly. So let us rotate. Let's delay this head turn by 2 frames as well. Maybe? Ah, it's almost right. You guys can see what I'm talking about, right? Or am I going crazy? Just look around the screen here. You can see her head like hit like one of the. It's like very jittery. Especially if you track the tail of the thing, it becomes more obvious. Hmm. That's good. Let's move this way more out. No, maybe not. Hmm. Why is there such a... I think it's like maybe partially a camera thing too. Well, that feels pretty good. It's not exactly right. Yeah, that's not exactly right, but this can probably be fixed. Let's do this. Oops, wait, this one here. And then if we look at it frame by frame, it should be... Nope, it's actually not right. Yeah, I mean, it could be a camera issue. I'm gonna change the camera anyway, but it's fine. I think body mechanics are fine, but I prefer to fix the character usually. Unless the camera is like really bad, because all the camera's doing is like rotating. It's not doing anything weird. So you can see she's like her path is like this, as in like she's kind of going, and then she suddenly moves this way really fast. So I want to change that right there. See that? Boom. She starts. If you track this side of her head, let's unlock this. If you track this side of her head, it goes this way. So I need to remedy that. Let's see. I could just do that. Well, I would have to key this and then do that. Hmm. But then her head goes out more here, which is not what I want. So she needs to be at least here to hit this. Or no? Hmm. So then I would almost rather her head be over here. I'm just gonna do this to all these keyframes. So now the only issue is that there's no movement on these frames. If I delete this, no. This way? There we go. Yeah, we did it, chat. Wahoo! And the snowboard still feels buttery smooth too, so that's good. The head turn is a little weird. If you track the end of the tail, it starts to move left here faster. Maybe I can move this a little more back. Hmm. That looks dope. Thank you. And I mean, this rig has been super fun. And that's okay, because the rest of the I can fix when I animate the hair. Okay, so now the other thing I want to do, I obviously have to animate the hands, and like maybe a little bit of the shoulders so it's not so stiff. And maybe add some like kind of bounciness with the chest. Um, Actually, I think I can bend her more here. Like this whole thing, when I was watching it, the Twitter posted it, like I really just want to push pretty much every aspect of it. Um, yeah, I really just want to push pretty much every aspect of it. So like when she goes down here, I want her to go further down. When she goes up, I want her to go more up. When she goes left and right, like I want her to go more left and right. Because like this shot's supposed to be really dynamic. And I think in order to push the dynamism, I really just need to basically make everything as exaggerated as possible. So like even this, I want to like do this. Because it might feel a little silly to do it, but like, I don't know. I just feel like it'll make it better at the end. I wanna, what should I do? Is it this because of this guy? Yeah, let's keep this screen left a little bit more. Screen right, sorry. There we go. And then I want her to get really much lower here. I don't know why she's, what the hell? Um, okay, that's weird. How weird. Hmm. Apparently if I press shift and one of my mouse buttons, it just does that. But yeah, I wanted to get lower here. Like even here, she could be lower. She could have both her knees bent, I suppose. Oh, should I do this? This looks so... It feels not right, but like, I feel like I should do that. I just need to move her arm out of the way. Oh, that looks good. Okay, let's hit one of these then. Oh, something is really weird with this. Oh, it's the weighting. It makes it look like her ass is like on the side. That's really funny. Okay, let's hide that a bit if we can. It wasn't looking like that before. Or maybe it wasn't, I should notice. Yeah, I think I should notice. Yeah, I guess I didn't notice. I feel like something is broken here, but I guess not. There, that looks okay. She has to lean forward, so she could maybe twist this way. If I move her leg, does that do anything? Does that help at all? It kind of helps. I might just do this, just to hide it. There we go. I can hide it if I move these arrow bones. And I don't want her arm to clip her leg. No, don't do it. And maybe we can play some camera trickery. What if I did this? That'd be kind of cool. Or maybe on this one would be better. I don't have IK stretch on. What am I doing? I'm trolling. IK stretch, okay. Where's this keyframe? Probably here, right? Well, I never work without IK stretch on, so that's very odd of me. I don't remember turning that off, but Oh, now there's some issue here, it seems like. Oh, what happened? Okay, something weird happened. The arm is like not following anymore. Ah, wait. I think I switched IKFK. I think that's what I did. Yeah, that might have been what I did. Oh, something. I feel like the right arm animation is different now. Am I crazy? We're gonna pull up the stream to check. Oh wait, I can just do this. There we go. I can compare to this. Well, I guess we'll just fix it. That's fine. Go back here. Make sure this is on. Okay. It goes like about like this. Let's keep her elbow pointed up. What the heck happened to your leg? Dude, I have no idea what's going on. Was location not... Wait, I have no idea what happened, guys. My animation actually just broke. The IK is acting a little weird. IK pull follow? I don't know what happened because I didn't change anything about the legs, but then the legs just broke for some reason. Like it was working earlier. I mean, I can just do this. And it's fine. Yeah, that fixes it. Yeah, some stuff is changing and like I didn't change it. So I don't know what's happening. Because that's not there and if I bring up the previous animation. So I have no idea what happened. It's not a huge deal. I don't know why it's popping though. I think since I have IK stretch off. That must be why. Yeah. Like, I don't know. I don't think IK should ever not have IK stretch. But I know it's a setting because I guess some people don't use it. But those people are not me. Those people are not me. There we go. No, I think it's popping because I was animating without IK stretch and then I turned it on, probably. But like I think it should just always be on. Like I don't see a reason why you would ever need it off. Uh, and then yeah, the pull no pull thing is like what I prefer personally. I really hate pull vectors because it's just another control to animate. Like Rigify doesn't have pull vectors, so. Okay, perfect. We're back. We're back, chat. Look at that go. Hell yeah. Something weird about the arms there. Not the, not anything rig related. That's just the animation of it. It was a little weird, I think. back in. If I bring this back, she'll like push her arms forward more aggressively. Her right arm at least. Yeah. Boom, boom. I want her to kind of hold her arms here a little bit more. I think I can adjust that later though, because that's dependent on her left and right movement. And then honestly, I think she can get lower. I really do. And then I low-key just want to move these. Like these frames I can steal from a little bit. And let's steal from these keyframes here, I think. Yeah, I think that looks good. I want to move this one back. Maybe no, maybe this one back. Okay, that doesn't look great. Never mind. I changed my mind. What if I change this one instead? Boom. No, never mind. And let's, I gotta check what it looks like in the viewport. Yeah, that feels kind of good, I think. Here we go. And I think I'm gonna have to keep her like this. I think that's what the feeling I'm looking for. Yeah, I think that feels better. Something about this bend pose doesn't feel great either, but I think I need to do some rigging on the snowboard to make that work. That's kind of fine. And then I'll fix those arms later. Okay, so what I want to do now is I want to exaggerate her left-right movement. She can, as you can see, in camera space, she's contained like in this area, and I want her to just be like more like this. So the camera has to track her more wildly. And I can't use the root because of the way I set it up. I could just exaggerate the F curves on the x-axis. I might just try that. Sorry, y-axis apparently. So I might just try that. I do want to keep this part the same. So I think I'm gonna put the cursor there. I'm just gonna grab everything here, and I'm just gonna scale it based on the 2D cursor. So what does that look like? Is that too much? Yeah, it's a little too much, isn't it? So I think she can be over here at the start. So we got one frame in, one frame like, maybe like this. What if I did this instead? Hmm. And then here, maybe can do something? No. Okay, wait, I think I know what to do. Something like moving this keyframe first. Just a little bit more. And let's do this. What does that look like again? Oh, I forgot these guys existed. Wait, I know what I'm gonna do. Here's what I'm gonna do instead. I'm gonna use good old bake two empties. Yeah, when the IK pole follows the... Yeah, if it's a pole vector, I'd prefer it to follow the foot, I think. But when it's not a pole vector, I don't prefer it. It's kind of weird. I think I need to... Yes, that's what I can do. Okay. Does baked empties work even in this Blender version? I think I remember it not working in 5.2 or 5.1 or whatever. Let's just check. I want an additive layer and I want a custom space, Polaris, Polaris rig, and I want the bone to be it's probably just called IK foot. That's her left foot. Let's try that. Did it work, chat? Okay, something severely broke. Yeah, unfortunate. Yeah, that sucks. It's okay. We can do it manually. So we'll just go ahead and let's see. What collection should we do? We'll just do in this one, I guess. And we'll add a copy transforms to the foot. Fuck. Foot. Should it be this one? Why is it tilted? What are the axes? What is this called? IK foot L? Are the axes on this IK control tilted? That would not be advisable. I think they are. No, it doesn't seem like they are. Why is this empty tilted? Hmm. Do they have local location turned off? Is that why? Am I being... No, they have it turned on. This is so strange. IK dash capital F, maybe? I did something wrong there? Hmm. The axis shouldn't be tilted here. It should just be like this. So I don't know why. I don't know why this empty is not doing what I want. I can see the axis right there. It's not aligned. That's so strange. Let me turn off bone shapes. I need to investigate. I can't turn off bone shapes. Dude, library overrides suck. Just let me turn off the bone shapes, you piece of shit. Alright. I mean, it makes sense that the foot is tilted. I'll just figure out. I'll find another bone to use. Let's use this one. Front dash foot.l. Okay. There we go. Okay. So we have that copy transformed to what's essentially the foot, and then we can bake the action. It's not interesting. 145 to 238. And we don't need that because it's an object. Okay. Then what we can do is... Oh, what? I didn't bake in world space. This is so strange. Oh, I didn't clear constraints. That's why. There we go. Okay. So we have our guy here, and I don't know why I didn't save my preferences last time. I have all these extra keyframes that I don't want. Okay. Now I want to use this empty animation. I want to put it on this guy basically. So what I'm gonna have to do is probably I'll probably parent it, I guess. But I just need to mute the animation afterwards. So I will go ahead and mute this animation. I'm going to parent it to the empty. So the animation should effectively be the same. Or not. Oh wait, because of this guy. I think. Why is this turning so much in comparison to... Oh, Blender, please. This is Blender pain in progress. Okay, that didn't work for whatever reason. I guess we'll have to do it manually. Unfortunate. This is why I don't trust tools, guys. Trust your brain more than you trust tools. Is this on? Okay, we're all good. I mean, well, the tools that I wanted to use don't work in this version of Blender apparently. But also, I mean, it's probably better to just do it manually anyway. I just have to figure out exactly how to get her to. I want her to move more, like rotate around her foot, but also move more to the left. And that's just dependent on this guy here. So I think I'm gonna actually just. Let's see. I can definitely rotate her more here. Or sorry. Probably more here as well. Let's see, am I missing? Between these two keyframes, she can move more as well. These ones as well, actually. Maybe it's actually these. There we go. What are your preferences for IK fingers? I prefer to only use them when absolutely necessary. Uh, I only use IK fingers pretty much when there's a close-up shot of the hand, like dragging, sorry, the close-up shot of the fingers, like dragging on a surface. I don't think I've ever actually used IK fingers for anything other than that. Or like if the fingers are like gripping something like a pencil, I might use IK fingers. I would think I prefer if that is a finger control. So if this is like the finger, right? And it's like I would prefer the control to be here at this point at the end, so that when you rotate it, like it moves these two joints like around it like that. I think by default Rigify has the IK control on the first digit instead, or sorry, the second digit instead. So when you rotate it, it kind of like it does like it hits like a squish. Uh, I think I didn't like that as much. I think that's how it was. Um, Trying to remember. It's been a while since I've used IK fingers. Yeah, I think I prefer the IK to be over here. Does her fingers have IK right now? Hands. Fingers do have IK. Oh, what are these? Do I have something enabled? What what are these in? Ah, I see. Hmm. Well, I do not want those. I will hide them. Go away, go away, go away. How? Let's do it like. Let's do it like over here. Hmm. I guess I'll just delete the keyframes if I happen to make any. Um, how do I switch her IK fingers? Is there a full IK? Hmm. IK FK IK switch. Wait, what's the difference? Yeah. So I believe this works how I want it to. Yeah, so I want to rotate it, and then I want to get like I want to rotate and get like and like that's how I would get the squish. Like I would prefer it to be like a full IK switch is how I want it. Is this not on? Oh, yeah, there we go. The joint, it seems like it's like, I don't know if that's a joint thing. Oh, no, never mind, we're good, I think. Maybe it's like a weight thing. Yeah, basically like this though, stuff. I think this works the best. That said, I think IK fingers are one of those things where like I probably would use them. I would try to use them as little as possible. Uh, Mostly because I don't think they help all that much, I guess. They're like very, very, very situational in my opinion. And let's get this off the screen. But yeah, how the IK works on this rig, I think is how I prefer it. Let's just move this more. Or maybe. Right now I'm just like mentally tracking her foot. Just to see if it's moving where I want it to. I think she can move more across these keyframes as well. How much more? I don't know, I'm just guessing. Yeah, that feels pretty nice though. You gotta hop off? Thank you. Thank you for watching, man. Yeah, I hope you can make more streams. Oh, there's no inline controls in the graph editor. That's a interesting choice. They decided to put it in the dope sheet, but not the graph editor. How strange. Sometimes the decisions Blender as a team makes, like, they confuzzle me a little bit. And then I think as a whole, I think I'll just make this part longer. And then go back to here. She kind of has to move that far screen left though, but I guess maybe she doesn't. What if I just did this instead? No, that doesn't feel as good. Let's just keep it as it is. And we can extend this part. Oh, I didn't have show hidden on when I moved all the keyframes, did I? Seems fine though. And let's extend this also by 2 frames. Boop, boop. Maybe actually just 1 frame each. Maybe not. I feel like we're on play every frame. That's why it's changing. Okay. Blender was lying to me this whole time. So I think it's if you have play every frame on, then every time the animation plays, like it'll be at a slightly different frame rate. So it's really hard to judge timing. Okay, that looks okay to me. And then she has a head thing again. Or maybe just hit one of yeah, there we go. So boom, boom, boom. And the jump actually feels pretty good too. Let's make this jump feel a little better though. Wait, why did this guy get turned? Oh, I didn't. Okay, I see. About here probably. There we go. Okay, cool. I still don't like something with her arms here. Let's keep her arms up maybe more. And do her elbows change? I think they do. Keep her elbows down here. Yeah. Okay, perfect. Yeah, that looks okay to me. Um, I think any supplementary like left-right movement, I suppose I can just do with the environment instead. Okay, cool. Let's move on to the latter half. I think in the latter half she's doing one of these a tunnel circus type motions. I remember not liking the ending because her rockets are pointing this way. Ah, fuck. Rockets are pointing this way, and I want them to point this way. So like I could cheat it. The thing is, if they're pointing backwards, then her back's to the camera, which is not what I want. So the other option would be to have her like switch screen direction, I guess. So right now she's like right to left biased, and then at the end she could come and loop and then become left to right biased. That's probably the easiest fix. So I think that's probably what I'll have her do. And I think the taking off feels pretty decent, other than her not actually facing the direction that she's traveling in. We can make that feel better though. Let's just extend this to the end. Okay. This actually does not too bad. There's a weird movement here. So I can probably just move these keyframes more far apart. Yeah, and that feels fine. And I want to move her more down here. So in this type of movement, I would use the view transform orientation, just so I can move it like in like camera space, basically. And let's extend this, maybe. Let's see. I think, well, does it need anything else in terms of movement-wise? I mean, it feels a little boring, but I also think you don't want like the character moving too much in any tunnel circus because the background and everything in the foreground is going to be moving so much. If they're moving too crazy, they're going to be really hard to track. I think I'm just going to have her. I think I'm going to have her not spin here, and I'm just going to have her basically ride like this. She's going to like come and do one of these. Yeah, like kind of sweep the camera a little bit. I think it'll feel fine. And then we can fix that takeoff so that doesn't look so awkward. But other than that, everything here is great. We can maybe add some. Let's not have such dramatic change in rotation here. Okay, cool. And then right about here, I can just start changing it. So I'll go ahead and just make sure everything's following a nice arc still, actually. Hmm. Well, maybe it's actually turns towards the camera a little bit. That might feel a little better. And closer to the camera. And closer still. She's gonna be like basically turning. This can probably happen much faster. Why is there such a dramatic change here? I'll fix the timing later. I guess it's fine. What I want is her doing one of these. Do I want to do slow-mo at the end? I kind of do just because I want to show off the character. Let's shorten everything here. It's taking too long. I don't like this like sudden drop. Let's just redo this. Yes, I need the ride to be smooth. Yeah, that looks better. Oh my god, I'm so locked in right now. Okay. Um, Afterwards, I think, yeah, I think I'll just have her do some slow-mo. She could be closer to the camera if it's slow-mo, I guess. Like, as close to the camera as she can possibly be. And let's make this vector as well. Yeah, cool. Let's do, I want this last part to be really fast. Yeah, that timing feels okay, I think. Yeah, there's a bit of an X rotation thing here, or X location. Let's move her more over here. I want her more on the edge of the screen. As much as possible. And I'll probably have her spin right here. That might be a little fun. If I just delete this then. Yeah. Okay, cool. I think we did it, chat. I think we like it. What the fuck? Okay, so now I have to animate her actual body on this. I guess I have to animate the spin first if I want her to spin there. Do I want her to spin there? I mean, I kind of do. I'll probably animate it with the actual snowboard control and the torso, though, instead of the snowboard route, just because I like this motion and I don't want to deal with, like, having to add a rotation to it. I think when she takes off, she could be more screen right. Something like this. That's what I'd prefer. Of course, she doesn't move that far in camera space, so I'm gonna have to edit her here as well. Something like that. And I guess she'll have to be here, actually, for it to make sense. And then she needs to be closer too. This is weird because this is a parent switch, so this is like just brute force one frame animation. I have to fix this. So that way it's a smoother transition. Yeah, maybe like this. Yeah, there you go. Then I'll have to fix the camera later, but that's okay. Yeah, I have some ideas on here already anyway. And then I'll have to add some lasers to this. And maybe some like environment animation, and then I think it'll be done. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. Let's go. Okay. Let us animate her body then. Oh, should I animate this from camera view too? I guess I could. That wouldn't be bad. Just extend her up more here. And then crouch her down here more. Maybe like that. Pantsuit shot at the end. Yeah, I suppose. I'm probably gonna. I'll fix that. I'll fix that. Don't worry. Oh, there's something off about the snowboard here. I can fix that manually though. A good old manual fix. Maybe something like that. You don't want me to fix the pantsuit shot? Damn, bro. You freaky. And then she can... Yeah, I want her to be compressed here. She's big. She's crunched into the snowboard, and then she'll, like, launch. So there we go. God, something about a flying surfboard's always, like, appealed to me. I remember when I watched the Fantastic Four, like the one with, like Chris Evans in it, like the older one. Uh, and when the Silver Surfer came out, I was obsessed with that dude. I think I like cried because I couldn't have a Silver Surfer toy. Okay, she could stand up more here, like so. I'll worry about her upper body later. I guess I should uncrouch her. This stuff as well. Not too much, about like that. Okay. But I need to about that, and then she can go up. There we go. I'm struggling to think of, should I put her below it? So as if she's kind of like carving the air? Or should she just be stuck to it? I don't know, would be like, would feel more satisfying. Maybe something like that. This she could definitely just be straight with like a little bit of curve. And yeah, so I'll move her over. Or her, are these not straight for her? I guess they aren't, but it's like barely not straight. I don't know why her knees are like that. I think I'll just move this like so, and I'll just move her knees. Okay, I have to keep in mind that her upper body is not where I want it to be. Probably something like this. I just feel like it's tilted. Like I feel like her hips are tilted compared to her torso. Am I crazy? What's going on? Oh, they are. I see. That's why. then I can... Should I send her up here? And then hit one of these. And she can get... How low can she get, realistically? She could probably turn her body to face forward, and that might allow her to get lower. Like, realistically? Yeah. Something like that. Does that feel alright? I think it does. She might be facing a little too forward. And she should be up here, like so. But she needs to be leaned forward, definitely. So up, but leaned forward. Who is this? I like this one. Maybe like so. I think she can turn more, maybe. And let's just reset her hopes back to something reasonable. So I want it to feel like she's leaning into this a little bit. And so she can, I wonder how far I can push her lean. Like, is it bad if she does this? No, I don't think so. Because then she can go back about here. And she'll be here. She'll do something like this, maybe. Oh, I kind of want her to be closer. Yeah, that works, I think. And then she just needs to do some stuff here. I'll make all these keyframes vector. She should be standing up. She should be reversing the motion. Like that. Or maybe not. Wait, huh? Oh yeah, I think that feels good. Maybe just a little too much, but we can bring that back down. Yeah, that feels okay. I kind of want her to be much, yeah, I want her to do this. So we have to stand her up about here. There we go. So we have some interplay between her Her torso and the per board. That's good. And all that's left is to really do her upper body and arms. Okay, and then her board at the end. Just so, just so it's not a panty shot. We can probably move this. Let's pretend her board has a cool graphic on the bottom that she just really wants to show everybody. What's a good composition? Maybe this? Yeah, probably this. I don't want to block too much of her body, but I also don't want to show too much also. Let's just see what this gives. Does that look right to me? I feel like it doesn't. I feel like it's because... Maybe her board doesn't need extra movement once it reaches that point. Maybe a twist? Like that? Oh yeah, that looks good. Cool. Yeah, I already had her do a spin. Maybe I won't have her do a spin. Maybe I'll be lazy with it. Can she drop further? That's my question. Can she drop further here? Yeah. Even just a little bit more. Feels a little better, I think. Okay, let's animate her arms now. And her chest. Alright, yeah, see you, Chicken Morty. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you have a good day. Okay, let's crouch her more here. And then we can straighten her out. Probably just give her like a pretty neutral posture for the rest of it. I think it'll work just fine. See, like here, she should definitely end up curling a little bit. Oh yeah, I like getting with this like C curve in the back. That's like my favorite thing. being able to get like, yeah, like gestural type poses in the rig, it's like actually really hard to get out of most CG rigs. So when you can do it, it's like it makes animation so much easier. And it makes everything look better too, of course. It's partly a modeling thing too, because the model has to be able to support deformations like that, and especially with like anime. A lot of times models aren't made with like the deformation in mind. Maybe, yeah, maybe this. This is okay. Where are you at? Aha. Okay. So get really low, and then she can. Let's just put her back to normal here. Oh, he used to so much earlier. Yeah, she's too tilted now. Ah, okay, cool. And she's probably gonna be hands towards the camera, so I need to twist her torso, like so. And she'll be doing this. And then both vector. Cool. Oh, yep. Awesome. Okay. And then what's the next thing I want to do? I think I'll just do the head. Should I do the head or the arms? Probably the head. I think the head's more important. So she jumps, and she can make her head go up. So neck goes down. And I don't think I'll have to do, I mean, I want to make sure her head isn't too stiff, actually. Even though she's pretty far away. Like, oddly enough, I feel like if they're far away, you can tell if they're stiff more than, or not more than, but like just as easily as if they're close. I can like do fun things because she's far away too. I can like grab her neck, just like fucking stretch it. So she's gonna. That's kind of stuff. The proportional mismatches are a little bit harder to tell when she's further away. Yeah, I want her to tuck her head more here. And then I need to not have her be as crouched here. I think just this is fine. Have her look forward. And let's have her look forward here. This will kind of break her neck, but it's probably fine. Yeah, I'm gonna have to animate, when I animate her hair, I'm gonna have to do, I could probably maybe grab her. What if I grab her neck? Okay, that might work too. Something like that. Her head angle here is wrong. I want it to be looking where she's going. There's not really any more logic to it than that, I think. Like if I wanted to give her a little more character, I might have her like try to glance behind her or something. But as it is now, I think it's fine. I think I want her to be more like cool. So she does not need to look at the impending doom that is chasing her. Hmm. Maybe I have to restart. Okay, maybe this. Yeah, I think that'll work. Is that too much head movement? It might be. Oop. Yeah, I think that works. Something about this jump don't feel right. I gotta fix that later too. And this feels really not right, this part here. I mean, maybe it'll be fine. Okay, cool. Arms. Let's do the arms. So she jumps. Where is the... Right there. Okay, cool. So last keyframe is here. Wait, did I just hear Miku in the background? Was he singing with Miku? Yeah, you can hear Miku in the background. That's really cool. I think it's Miku anyway. Let's have her put her arms behind her here. Is she gonna swing her arms back through? Like so. Oops. Hmm. Does this pose look alright? I think it does look alright. As good as it can. I mean, I don't know. I don't super like it actually. Let's turn off the hands for now. I don't wanna... Wait, I can't. Okay, I'll just hide them. There we go. Cool. So we need her arms to be obviously down when she's swinging them. I think I had someone asking me privately about like arcs, like for the arms, and mostly, I mean, I'm just thinking about how arms are swinging. Like I think arms and that kind of stuff move naturally in an arc. Um, so it's not like I'm particularly deciding it for her arm to move in an arc. You know, it's more like I'm just trying to follow naturally what the arm would do. Um, like if she's swinging, if her arm starts like this and she's gonna be swinging it back towards her body, like her arm is gonna move in an arc. You know, like so. Um, that's just kind of how it'll work. So I guess it's more about like observing body mechanics. I think I brought it up on the last stream too, but like when when your torso moves up very suddenly, usually your arms move down because your arms are like a little bit detached from like that motion. Yeah, I don't love this. Hmm. So I think what I'm gonna do, just to give her arms a little more oomph, is I'm gonna have her arms stay crossed for a little longer. So I'll delay these maybe to about here, and I'll make sure her arms are crossed for longer. Out, and then yeah, she swipes. Perfect. That looks a little better. Not perfect, but let's see what it looks like in screen space. I need to turn the environment off for this. So I think I need to, well, first of all, in world space, does she move in a nice arc? I mean, she does, but I can exaggerate it. It should be Z. Am I crazy? I think it should be, yeah, it should be Z. I think it's Z. Yeah, okay. Let's have her hit one of these. What does this look like? And then just make sure this is a straight curve. That looks pretty good. I like that. Well, I might play with her scale too. I kind of think she should just be further away, like in general. Okay, cool. And I want this pose to be better. Like I would say the key pose is this one. So I think probably I'm gonna have to do something like that. Here we go. That looks much better, at least. Okay. Let's go back up here. We can finish animating her arms. And maybe her left, or sorry, is this her, yeah, her left arm can come up and hit one of these poses maybe. You know, for so many interpolated keyframes, it doesn't look that bad actually. I guess it's just because it's so far away though. But I think you can still see some funkiness here, so I'm gonna Let's see. Yeah, this looks fine. And then I kind of want to, let's key this here. And I kind of want to extrapolate the keyframes a little bit. Let's do this. And where they need to be, about right here. Yeah. So obviously this is stretching her arm too much, but she can put her arm in front of her. I think maybe it will look better. And then when she gets here, her arm should be up. Like she's like falling a bit. Which means we'll need to raise her shoulder. So I'll keep both the shoulders here. And then I'll need to raise her shoulder here, like so. And probably I want her arms to be, this one to be a little higher, this one to be a little more outstretched. Like so. Just so it's not too symmetrical either. And then her arms will kind of swing forward because she's going backwards. This is all just like made up on the fly. This is like for balance reasons. I just imagine her arms would swing forward to counterbalance her moving backwards. Where's she at? There she is. And then it would swing down here. Oops, this one. So it'd swing down. This one might be a little more bent. And then she would go back to maybe... Well, this is kind of a cool pose though, not gonna lie. Yeah, maybe I'll keep her in this pose then. Yeah, I'll maybe keep her in this pose just because I like it. And you can't see it too well from this angle though, so maybe... Yeah, twist her a little bit. Then I'll probably just copy paste. Let's see, make sure this is did first, but I might just copy paste this arm and shoulder pose to when she's moving here. Does that look good? Maybe this needs to be more down. So there we go, like that. Yeah, I think that looks good. I think something about her, I kind of just want to hide her right arm. I feel like it's fucking up her silhouette. So maybe I'll just do this instead. Maybe? Yeah, something like that. And then where are her arms in between this? I need to see. So start here. Let's move this one down. And then I think the interpolation should be able to handle the rest kind of okay. Let's see how it looks first anyway. And yeah, you could barely see the arms, so. Let's go, yeah, this pose here. So since she's turning, so again, she's turning towards the camera, her arms would kind of lag a bit behind, which means they would be in front of her. So that's kind of the logic behind that. So I kind of probably want this arm to be here again, or maybe in front bit. And I think I just need to make sure her arms are swinging here properly. Actually, I can keep this one back because there needs to be more room to swing forward here. And then her hand's probably going to be like this, and her other arm is probably going to be like this. Yeah, I think that looks pretty cool. Let's bring her shoulder up, bring her bicep up maybe. There we go. Yeah, this looks good. Can this be closer by any chance? No, I don't think I can. Well, I can move your shoulders, I guess. But then she's tangentially with her knee. I don't like this overlap that's happening. So I might just do something like this instead. Either commit to the overlap or remove it completely. Oh, that might look good. Yeah, this looks cool. So this is support. This kind of is supporting her motion. Yeah, I might. Yeah, that looks good, I think. Ooh, I land on something really nice. I don't want to block her face. Let's see. And I need this to be more tilted and more straight. And make sure that's in vector. Well, maybe it should be the opposite, actually. Oh, these aren't in vector this way. Okay, I need to redo this right arm motion. It's not working. There we go. Now this will work. Okay, and now there's some camera issues I want to fix. Oh, I guess I should aim with the fingers, huh? Yeah, I suppose I can. It'll be really fast. Oh, it revealed everything. Why? I just have a selection set. Wait, what is the hotkey for selection sets again? Control Shift W. No, Control W? Wait, fuck. I don't know how to use selection sets anymore. This is what using Blender for, or Maya for like 4 months does to a motherfucker. Do I have selection sets on even? Hmm. It's just built in now or something? It is, apparently. Oh, either way, I can just only reveal these guys. Actually, I probably need the hands too. I'll just do the whole arm. There we go. Because here, to be like this, and like so. I don't think I do. How bad do I want the fall off to be? I think, yeah, like that's good. And I wonder if I can just mirror the pose, if that'll work. And it might be fun to do some smears for the hands too, but I don't know if I'll end up going that detailed. And she can't see her hand, so I guess it's fine how it is. I think I'm gonna have her close her hands here more or less. See how easy it is to get a closed pose. Something like this. Yeah, this hand rig feels awesome to use. I'm not gonna lie. Hmm. 'Cause scaling obviously does that. Oh wait, hold on. So if you scale on local X, it just does that. Scale on local Y. Z? Okay, Z does that. So I don't know if you're still here, Wyatt, but it would be kind of cool, I think, if you would just replace this grabbing thing. Uh, you could change that to use the Y scale maybe, because when I grab on the X axis, I kind of want to like be able to move the palm, you know, like how like I think Rigify has the palm control that you can grab and move around. Obviously, we want to keep this fall off. I think you're not using Y scale on this, so maybe that can be that control instead. Although that does convolute it a little bit. Yeah, just so that Y scale just sort of frees up translation to be able to like actually like translate the palm around with a fall off. And the fall off can probably just also be controlled by this guy, the slider here. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, because I guess it takes the average scale, wouldn't it? Hmm. Can you do anything with Y? Can you do anything with rotation? Hmm. Technically, the grab is triggered by Y lock. Yeah, I know. That's cool, but you can't. I guess if you could just make X lock be like a yeah, but it would be nice to be able to move the palm for sure. I'm not sure what the solution is, but like if I could grab it and move it this way, and then it would be like it'd like space the fingers out a little bit. But this is super nice. And then I think this one this one maybe I'll straighten. Was that also? She must have been in that one. Yeah, I want a separate channel that where I can grab the palm. Like, let me show you. I believe she's rigged, so I can probably use this as an example. Yeah, just like this guy. So this what you have is like a more advanced version of this guy, right? But you can grab it and like do this kind of stuff. So when I'm like rotating it, and I'm like, oh, I want her fingers to be closer together, I can just kind of like squish them like this, or spread them apart. Yeah, it's particularly the grab motion. I think the rotation and the scale works really, really well. But yeah, I would like to be able to grab this. Also, the weighting on this is so terrible. Who rigged this? It was me. I rigged it. I did. Blame me. Yeah, I think I'll have her straighten her fingers. That probably makes the most sense. No, no, no. Okay. Cool. Maybe that. Yeah, that looks cool. Nice. Ooh, that looked nicer in the view that I was in. Maybe I need to curve this guy a little more. Oh my god. Wait, guys. We're at 99 followers. If any of you are not following, you gotta give me that triple digit. I'm begging you. The 99 is teasing me. I could see it. If you could do that with X and Z lock channels, I think. Yeah, you probably could. Um, X and Z. Yeah, I think that would work. Because I think, well, are you more likely to grab it? I mean, you're probably equally as likely to want to grab it as you are to scale it. Hmm. I'm trying to think of what would be least, like... Yeah, I think putting on X and Z would be a good start. Because at least you can isolate the channels easier, I suppose. Because you want to keep all the rotation the same. This is really good. Yeah, just when I rotate, and I naturally want to grab to like move the palm down. I don't think it would be a terrible idea to make this fall off thing just like a property slider. But I know some people really also don't like having properties. So it depends on what you want to do with it. And let's just do... This looks cool. Cool hand pose. Hell yeah. Let's copy this. Go here. Just doing like really lazy hand animation, not gonna lie. spark again. I see. Property sliders should be set and forget. They shouldn't really be animated. Yeah, I can agree. Well, it depends on the property. Obviously, like FKIK sliders are properties too, but yeah, fall off properties probably shouldn't be animated too. Right now in Maya, you have to do that. Like Maya will have like this channels, but then the properties will also be listed under the transform channel, so they're a little bit more intuitive to animate, I think. Um, but yeah, with Blender, it's like a whole other pop-up, and it gets really annoying. So is this a cover? This is a cover. Hmm. Let's just copy paste. This is such a lazy hand animation, guys. But it does get the job done, and that's all that matters. Let's copy. There's a pose here. This one. Ah, no, wait. This one. Okay. Yeah, I'm really liking this. This makes hand animation super fast, just because I don't have to select as many controls. I have to kind of get used to. I'm used to Y scale in our rigs being the second digit. That's not a huge deal. It's just Z scale. I just keep forgetting. It would be a little nice if the Y rotation fall off. Like if there's a fall off on the Y rotation. I don't know if it's because of this guy. It might be. Here, if I do this, does it change the fall off? I think it's evenly distributed right now. So, I mean, I think the rotation, everything is, it's probably fine actually. I just kind of want to point these two fingers in a little more without pointing this one in as much. We need this, we need this, and we need this. Well, this one actually should probably be delayed. What? Ah, what's happening? Press buttons too fast. I think it's these keyframes. I'm just gonna guess. Yes, that's what I wanted. And then I could just get these again. Why did the music stop? Oh. Okay, so she can then she can flat palm here. And let's bring her arm more into frame here actually. Still. we'll just make sure she had. I like the palm pose actually that she had in the very beginning for this part. So, oops, just make sure it's just make sure it's an auto clamped. I want it to blend with this guy a little bit actually. Yeah, it looks good. God, my dope sheet is so messy. It's usually not this messy. I didn't do any blocking in this shot, so everything is just like really sporadic. And I think you can't really see her hands here, so it's better to keep them a little more clutched until about here. And we can maybe do this. And then there was a pose that I really liked when she was spinning, which I probably want to steal, which is this one. She had really pretty hands here. Something like this. And then she can probably just get these again. Wait, let's do this, yeah. Change these both to vector, and I actually want to switch these. And I think that'll feel good. Okay, perfect. Honestly, she could probably use a little more looseness in her upper body, but I don't want to like hyper focus on this too much because this is just kind of for fun. Okay, something about this feels wrong, but I think it might be a camera issue. Let me just see. No, it's not a camera issue. Definitely a this guy issue. It should be Y location. Let's look at the graph. Like this. There we go. Cool. And then I really want this jump to feel good. And it's not for some reason. I think it's mostly in the arms. So she's moving backwards and her arms are moving backwards. It just doesn't make sense. Her arms should definitely be in front of her here. Because then they have more room to swing. So that makes the jump feel more powerful. Fantastic Youth and Wolpus Carter. Yeah, I like this one. I wonder how far I can put them in front of her. Is this too far? I wonder. No, I don't think it's too far, but it doesn't feel right. Her arm should be down here. This arm as well can be down here. God, the silhouette of this character is just so good. It really just does help a lot, like make a good animation. this. And let's move her up. Oh, was not rotating right from the camera view. Okay. Okay, perfect. I think this feels good. And I just want to fix the camera a little bit. So I have to turn the environment back on for this actually. Okay. I think I want to call it on the character animation here. So we'll just focus on the uh, camera animation. I'm gonna take a really quick break. I'll be back in like 2 minutes. I gotta use the bathroom. I'll leave this playing. All right, I'm back. Okay, so I think we're about at 2.5 hours. I don't want to stream too long. I haven't eaten yet, so I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna edit the camera animation and maybe do a little bit of environment animation. And then I reckon a lot of people would want to see how I add the missiles for the Eternal Circus at the end, and also the lasers at the beginning. So I might save that for a later stream. I'm gonna experiment with streaming maybe during the week, like after work sometime. Um, I I don't know how many like EU folk we have here. I know we've had some EU folk last time, so I might try streaming really early in the morning. Maybe like Wednesday, and we'll see how that goes. But for now, let's just finish the environment. Um, yeah, I really need like a grid or something for this guy. I really wish I could have like a. Oh, Puno, hi. Do you make tutorials? I don't make tutorials, or at least I haven't yet. I do really want to. I just kind of struggle to think about what tutorials I would make. If there's anything you guys particularly want to see from me tutorial wise, that might help spark some ideas. Uh, because animation tutorials are very like I don't know. So I sometimes I feel like I don't want to go too theory heavy. And like some tutorials are like how to make a fight scene. That's like a very big tutorial. You know, that's not really something that's like a one video thing. That's like a several video thing. So I don't know. I actually, it's funny. I was approached by Colosso like maybe a couple months ago, or maybe almost probably half a year ago at this point. And unfortunately, our collab didn't go through. But like I did, like individually on my own, like develop a curriculum for for a course on how to make like fight scenes. And I was thinking like once I got more used to streaming, I might try to like teach that like as like a tutorial series. That might be really fun. Maybe just explain how you animate the last thing you made. Yeah, I probably couldn't do that with this animation because I'd have to like think about the process more. I definitely want to do that for another animation I make. I might do it for well, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe this animation could be good for it too. Um anyway, let's fix the camera. So the couple things I don't like about the camera. So part of it is the environment, right? Again, I want more left and right movement, and I just don't get that impression that she's moving too far to the left and right. And that's particularly because, well, she's not moving too far to the left and right. Like she's very contained here. So I think in order to do that, I need to move the environment first and foremost. So I'm gonna animate the environment really quickly. So if she's traveling to the right, that means the environment's probably. Oh, these objects are not parented to the ground. That's unfortunate. Well, they are appended, so I guess I could just do that. So let's select all these. This, Control P, and object. Perfect. Okay, cool. So as I was saying, the camera's gonna be panning to the right to like catch up with her motion, right? Because she's kind of moving in this curve, like so, you know, like through the screen. So the camera is going to be moving this way, which makes the environment, the background, these like spikes, they're going to move this way. So in order to accentuate that, I am going to move the environment. Probably so about here. I'm going to move it like this. I'll make sure this starts with vector. So like this. When she starts spinning, the camera's going to try. She's moving this way, and the camera's going to try and catch up with her by panning. So again, it'll just the opposite, right? So the pillars in the back are going to move this way. So I'll just go ahead and do this. And the idea is that I want to give as much impression of left and right movement as possible, even if it's like total bullshit. And then I can probably just have this move back to where it was here. Just make sure this is. Now I want more of the ice pillars here. I either want more of them or none of them. So let us do this. And we should actually keep this environment moving this way. And then I think where is the frame where she takes off into the sky? I believe it's here. So by here, I need the environment to go back to where it was originally. So we can just go here. And does that feel any more like she's laterally moving more? I think it does, personally. do this. Yeah, awesome. Okay. And then what I want to do also is make sure. Ooh, I don't like that. The camera is tracking her a bit too perfectly. Like you can see when she starts moving screen left, the camera's already tracking her screen left. So I need to delay this camera movement. So that way the camera doesn't feel so like precognition, I guess. So I'm just gonna delay literally everything. And like I like that already much better. And let's do one of these. Like this. And that might be okay. And I can probably just edit this guy. And then the camera here needs to raise more. So right after, fuck, where is it? I did check. At some point, Polaris becomes parented to the camera. I think it's after. Yeah, it's on this frame. Um, so after here, Polaris is parented to the camera, and that's for the purpose of doing the Eternal Circus. So it's just easier if she's parented to the camera. Here, I'm just gonna, there's no funkiness, I'm gonna key it here and here. And then I can do whatever I want here. I'm gonna just rotate it so that there's a little spike on the bottom of the frame there. I'm just gonna rotate it to the camera so that way that's not in frame anymore. And then I'll edit the Eternal Circus camera after. I think I need to set up like a world grid or something. So what I'm gonna do is here, go into object mode. I'm gonna spawn a, like, is this a grid, but is it an actual grid? Or is it a plane with subdivisions? Yeah, this looks like it's a plane with subdivisions. That's like kind of fine though, honestly. So let us rotate this on the y-axis 90 degrees, scale that super big, bring it over here. Just for reference for now. Actually, let's do it like this. And let's add more subdivisions. Now, I don't like that when I turn it off, can I delete only faces? Yes. But if I, yeah, it doesn't show still. So what I'm gonna have to do is instead of deleting the faces, is I have to inset every face and then delete those faces. And then I have to flip the normals. Yeah, that's fine. That does look a little trippy. I'll probably have to change the color of the thing. Do a short tutorial on how to set a preview range on the timeline. I've never done that before. Preview range on the timeline. Yeah, so the preview range button is located next to the start and end um frame setters. So you just press this button here and it'll give you like this orange like blocker, and then everything that's not in orange is basically um, is will play. So you can see I have two timelines or two play ranges. So I have the normal one, which is everything here, and then if I only want to focus on this shot, I can set the preview range to be only this shot, but not lose the original. You can see the number changing here. The other thing you can do is you can press P in the timeline. If you press P and then you drag, it'll just auto set wherever you drag. So in this case, we can just drag at the first frame here and the last frame there, and it'll auto set the preview range. I guess that could be like a YouTube short type of tutorial if I were to do that. I need, no, scale individual. Shrink flatten. I want to scale on normals. No, I don't want to shear. No, I don't want to save. I used to be Control Alt S to like save, to like scale along the normals. I don't know what it is anymore. Well, either way, I'll just make this darker. So that way it doesn't like fuck with my brain as much, but I do need it there. I want to get it like the exact same color as this guy. Okay, cool. And then let's do some camera animation for this. I'm just gonna go up. So honestly, I can probably grab the camera and move it forward in X, maybe. I think it does move forward in X actually already. So let's keep it moving forward in X. Just raise it a little bit. And let's pretend like we're tracking her. Obviously she's parented to the camera, but we're gonna pretend like we're tracking her. And I want to raise this up so we don't see the ground anymore. So that means I gotta raise here as well. Let's look at the Z location curve because I think it's all fucked up now. Yeah. I just have to keep turning, basically. I might even take this guy and just like, once she leaves the environment, which is gonna be probably about here, I can literally just move it down a ton. So she's not even in, yeah, cool. Not have to worry about it at all. Because what I need is like, I need her to be going like all around. Yeah, see, I wish Blender just had like a screen space grid. I don't even need this. Well, I do need it actually. Nah, I don't know. Let's delete the X location here. I feel like this is wrong. There we go. Let's go like this. And that's gonna be like this kind of. And I need to show hidden right here. This is where it should be. And then I'll just probably draw some grease pencil clouds when the time comes. But this is fine for now. Wait, why is it stopping here suddenly? Should it be like this instead? Let's move this over here and this over here. Maybe? Let's bring this here actually and delete this guy. There we go. Okay, now it looks continuous. Okay, now other things I can do to make, I want it to convey a bigger sense of speed. So obviously I need stuff rushing past the camera. I also need, it's a flat plane right now, the ground, and I want there to be a bigger impression of snow. Obviously I can grease pencil animate some snow, but probably I want this to be like a little bit wavy. So I think what I'm going to do is edit the background, or rather I'm going to add another object that's like meant to be the rim of this, and then I'll probably do some shape key stuff, maybe. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. Just right on the horizon. Okay, so how do I do that? Let's add a plane. Can move it out. Wait, where's the forward axis? Is X, right? Yeah, it's X. Okay, move it over here. And let us scale it so it is rather large. And we will just do this. And we're gonna give it a bunch of subdivs and a bunch of actually probably only this is necessary, to be honest. And then I'm gonna rotate it so it's not like this. Let's do this. Wait, hold on. Rotate it in object mode. So all the axes line up. Something like that. And then I just need to add a shape key that is a little bit like, just has a little bit of variation. So I'll use, yeah, proportional editing. Not too much variation because it is so far away. Something like this. Yeah, that's enough, I think. A little bit more texture to it, I suppose. Something like this. And then where the main focal point is, I believe the convergence is going to be about, I'm just going to arbitrarily decide it's this guy here. So I'm going to put the 3D cursor there. And I'm just going to animate, I'm going to do 3 or 4 shape keys of basically these waves converging, or sorry, diverging from that point. So let's do 2 frames. And I can have the basis be the previous key for the previous one, right? Relative to this guy. And let's just turn off the character because we don't need it right now. relative to key 1. But I want to add on top of this. So what's the best way to do that? Maybe I'll just add a separate blank keyframe then, and I could just compare. Or no, wait, I can just show them on one at a time. Like that would totally work. No, that wouldn't work. Damn. It's not working how I want it to. Like I want to edit key 2 relative to key 1. Why is that so hard? I feel like Blender used to be able to do this, no? Yeah, why is it that when key 2 is enabled, it's back to like base position? I'm not understanding. Wait, Wyatt, are you here? Can you help me? Do you know anything about setting keyframe or shape keys relative to other shape keys? Like I want to build off of shape key 1 with shape key 2. So I set it relative to key 1. But when I go into edit mode, it's back at its default. And when I turn this key 2 to 1, it's like negating key 1 almost. Oh, oh, I guess I got to turn this to 0. Is that what I got to do? Oh, this is just like inverted now, which is not what I want either. Wait, hold on. What the fuck did I just do? Oops, sorry. Wait, this one. When key 2 is relative and in edit mode key 1, key 1 becomes the base position for key 2. Yeah, that's what I would think. But then it's still not here, which is really weird. So I gotta turn this to 0? I'm not sure. Because I'm thinking like when I edit key 2, it should look like this, right? I wonder if that's what I feel like I know how shape keys work, but Blender's not doing the thing that I think it does. Fair enough. You know what I'll have to do? I'll have to add another shape key here. And I'll have to like switch like this. So we can hit like this maybe. It's gonna be going fast anyway, so it's kind of fine. Cool. This is exactly what I want. Okay. I got it. I figured it out. I figured out my workflow. We're good. I'm gonna make this big up here. That might look too much like waves. We only need about 3 frames anyway. And a fighting cat cut me in. The Nitromancer. Well, yeah, welcome. Welcome to the stream, man. I'm glad you like it. Also, thanks for following me. We got the triple digits, 100 followers. Let's go. I don't think I get anything for that, but it's fun. I will give you a virtual dap up, Mr. Nitromancer. I don't know if you can hear that. Also, I appreciate that you appreciate my organization. I am very I like to try to be as organized as possible. So I think this might be enough because I can use 1, and I can also use the -1 and the -0.5 here. And that should be enough to animate some motion. So let us see what we can do. I'm going to go to the shape key dope sheet. Let's just set a key here and here. So first one will be at 1. And then let's change it to, change this to 0, and we'll change this to 1. And then we'll change this to 0, and we'll change this to -1. And we'll change this to 0, change this to -1. And then we'll go back to 0 and 1. And that should be a loop. So I'm going to mark this loops with my little markers here. And I just want to see what this looks like. This might look like total shit. I've never animated keyframes, but like with the... Yeah, I don't think that looks exactly how I want it to. But I think it's, if I just made it faster, I think it actually would work. And I think, can I just make these cyclic? I think I can. And so if it's in flat, or if it's in, what the heck happened? What did I do? Am I in local view? Oh, that's what happened. And let's turn off outline and cavity. We need this to share a material with the ground. Sector vat. Okay, this one here. Does that feel like she's going through the environment now? Obviously the pillars in the background are moving, so that's going to be a thing, but... Oh, I need to move this as well whenever this guy moves. I just need to parent it, actually. There we go. I think... Let us scale this in Z and Y. So make everything just wider and taller. No, not a good call. Okay. Wait. Okay. I'm gonna save this just so I don't lose it later. Cleaner than you can do? Well, hey man, listen, everyone will get there. Everyone takes their journey. Plus, I've been doing this for like a fucking long time, so if I couldn't make anything clean, I'd be disappointed in myself. And honestly, what I'll probably do is I'll probably just join these objects instead, actually. So I can turn outline back on. But let me guess, this doesn't have the shape keys anymore, huh? Boo! Okay. That's fine. Um... I'll just have to key these again, I guess. So just every combination, basically. And back to base here. Bruh. And what I want to do, actually, let's make these be able to go to -10 and 10. So that I can play with the graph editor curves. And make sure set at 0. We can just scale these to our heart's content. Yeah, that definitely looks like she's moving all kinds of fast now, but it's a little too much. Let's go to basis and scale on and Y. Okay, cool. I'm gonna leave this playing for a second. I'll be right back. I gotta take care of something. Okay, back again. Sorry about that. So one thing that I think I want to change is the the waviness. I want to only be affected like on the edges, or I want it to fall off toward the edges where you can see the more solid objects. But I think before that, I'm gonna take some of these objects and I'm gonna animate them. I'm gonna animate their translation. just to give the impression that there is some movement going on. So let's see. Yeah, particularly here, and you can see them. So yeah, should be here, and then to about here. So let's just drag these guys in X backwards, and maybe rotate them slightly like this. Actually, probably the other way. Get closer, so that it'll move like that. And then vector. Oh, great. Come on. Absolute time snap. There you go. Yeah, that feels like decent how I want it to. Okay, now I can move these guys in much the same way, just when they're on the camera. Which I think they're on camera from the very beginning, if I'm not mistaken. So to about right here. So we'll just probably, let me set the 3D cursor about here. We'll rotate. Oh, I forgot one. It's like really slight movement. Yeah. Okay. And then I need to use these ice spikes. So I need to duplicate a bunch of these. There needs to be way more than these guys. Can you see this? I guess you can. So okay, it's going to be all of these. I might put these in their own separate collection. So let's make another collection here called Moving Rocks. And just select all the ones that are going to be moving. I'm going to duplicate them maybe twice. And I'm going to move all of them into the Moving Rocks collection. Unfortunately, I don't think I was able to select all of them at once, which is a little bit unfortunate. Blender does not like me. Okay, there we go. Can move these ones as well. And last set. And the reason why I need 3 is because they're all going to be moving like towards the camera, as if she's moving forward. Of course, she's not moving forward, but we want to hide that fact. Wahahaha. Um, so I'm going to rename these two. So let's see, batch rename, objects, new set name, new, move, rocks underscore moving 01. Can hide. Then batch rename 02, just so I know which set is which. Batch rename 03. Perfect. And I guess we'll just start with the set 1. So I'm gonna have to animate these all individually because they're on screen basically the entire time. It's a little annoying, but well, good thing is I only have to do it once, and I can just copy the keyframes to the other. So I'm actually gonna turn off this big ground like shifting animation because the parent movement's gonna mess me up. Let's just start with this guy. About there. I need to move it on X, maybe a little bit on Y. And then within like 4 frames, it needs to like just fucking zoom. Oh, it's fucking, that's why. It should be over here. Let's remove this one now. Like this. Let's go right here. I want it to go really close to the camera, this one. Something like this, maybe. Oh wow, you can barely see it. And one important thing is after they get off screen where I need them to be, they need to go under the floor so that you can't see them anymore. That looks good. Now, I don't want it to look too much like she's dodging the icicles, but also she low-key is, so. Boom. Okay, and then let us work on like maybe this one. Like that. Just make sure the timing is a little varied on these. If these rocks are passing by too like regularly, it's gonna look bad. Maybe about like that. And then this one can simply just cool. So let's move on to, let's disable the selection for these and go on to set 2. I think it's actually not that much, so I will just animate them one by one. It's like fine. So let's move these under the ground for now, because you can't see them at the start. And then where there is a lull in the rocks moving, I will add more. Oh, the ones on the right. Wait, I want to edit this one because it should move off faster. Cool, okay, so then there should be this one here. Already coming up, so At about here. Needs to hit like one of these. And I could start more in the center too. Oh crap, I didn't save the default location. Damn. It's okay. This one can pass close to the camera maybe, like so. Would be kind of fun. Actually, this one should be much further away. This one should be like over here. Yeah, something like that. And this one, this guy here, okay. I feel like this needs to be, one of these needs to be sooner. Okay, rock this one here. Why can't you, if I move it on X, oh, that's why. That's why. Fucking stupid. Something like that. And below the ground. Okay, then there's nothing here. Oh, did this one I forget to move? I did. Okay, so I need to fill the space after these two move. So let us move this. Okay. I think that's okay for this rock. I want one more. Probably gonna be one of these. And I'll have to just probably repeat the animation. Maybe not. We'll see. let's see. This should go like here, and then down. But I want this to be it's not just a boulder, it's a rock. Yeah, dude. The sharpest of rocks. Oh, and then what I really want is some screen warp. Oh, I want the environment to be curved like this a little bit. That'd be really good. Or maybe the other way, like that. I might add a lattice to this entire environment later. Okay, now let's move on to these guys. So let's not make the same mistake I did last time. Let's save this keyframe, and then we can move them down. So moving rock 3. Where's a lull at? I think after this one, there's no more rocks to move. What is this? Oh, these two I must have forgotten to. There we go. So here we go. This one should start coming up approximately here. Well, somewhere you can see it ideally. Actually, this can just be off frame here. And down. And this should be faster, so let's delay this. Okay. Yeah, okay. And then so then this rock will go where first of all, where are you? Oh, you're about there. Okay. Let's start having you appear about here. Is it gonna poke her in the butt? No, it's not. Okay, cool, we're good. Maybe like this. Let's move this a few more frames. Just too slow? No, it's fine. I feel like all the rocks are passing to the left though, so I want to have some passing to the right. So maybe these last three will go to the right. Maybe like that, and then down. Cool, so we're running out of stuff on the horizon here. So these two already need to be up. And then get it off frame. And then down. And I forgot to move this one down, and or I didn't move it down enough. This guy is the last guy that's gonna move. Here, and then down. And this guy also needs to move down. Anything poking out? No, I think we're good. Okay, so that should be everything. I think it looks pretty good. I think there should be maybe a few more. I'll probably duplicate some. Maybe I'll duplicate just like a random few more. Let's just arbitrarily choose like this one, this one, this one. Probably this one. One that moves along the horizon would be preferable. Probably this one. Okay, so we're gonna duplicate these. Battery name 04, and then we're just gonna shift all these keyframes to be around here. This one is moving weird, and I'm not sure why. Because it started over here. Hold on. The Y location is all fucked up. Okay, but I can just select all these. I'll delay them even more. So they should be on frame while she's jumping, so. Okay, this one is giving me problems. I'm gonna switch I'm just gonna literally invert this Y curve. Yeah, that looks good. This one's Y curve is moving too much. There we go. Yeah, I would probably say I'm like 90% spec'd in it. Well, I'm 90% spec'd into like, it's like animation, like storyboarding, that kind of stuff. That's like what I'm more spec'd into. Animation storyboarding, like scene creation. But then I don't know as much about like modeling or, I mean, modeling I'm okay at. Shading, basically no zero. I'm really good at rigging. Uh, yeah, I can't do any like environment modeling, unfortunately. Yeah, there should be more here. So maybe I just want to delay these rocks entirely. I want one more spike, because these aren't spikes. So let's just take, which one is a spike? Any of these spikes? I feel like I did copy some spikes. Ah, yes, this one. And let's just duplicate this one. And just move the keyframes to be like here. And then I'll have to move it because it's not aligning with the horizon the way I want it to. So, oops, not marker. What do I want to do? Auto clamped. I think that's what I want to do. Yeah. Yeah, okay, cool. That's fine. This guy, I need to make sure this is moved as well. Something like that. At least have the same timing, and that's not what I want. So I want to give this one a slightly different timing. Can maybe make this one earlier too. Or I can delay this one a lot, actually. Yeah, I think that looks good. And maybe not. Let's do this. Okay, cool. I think that's okay. I'm okay with this one. So now I'm going to turn the animation of this sliding back on, and hopefully it doesn't fuck with things too much. Yeah, like I noticed this one is completely fucked. And let us silhouette the character more. I'm actually just going to take these guys and move their X curve forward. Like really far forward like this. So you can see them the whole time. Or almost the whole time. I want to see them. I don't know why I deselected them for me. And do this, rotate, and back. Yeah, just to get as much parallax effect as possible. And then same with the other side. I think I only need these. All right, did I? Yeah, these are the ones I moved. I think I missed this one before. Yeah. So it'll look like that. And then this will be more drawn out to about here, maybe. Maybe even here. Let's do this. Yeah, I like that a lot. That looks actually really cool. Oh my god, I did something good. Wow, I didn't expect that. Also, if you guys recognize which anime this song is from, you're the GOAT, and I love you. Let's add the cavity back in. I've turned it back to studio mode. That doesn't look too bad at all, man. It loses the illusion a bit if you turn off studio mode. If you turn it back to flat, I mean, I don't know. There's some things that are not quite aligning with the horizon. Like these are going right, but they should probably be going left. Just to like, but I can easily fix that by just changing their Y location to start at a different spot. Let's just do one at a time. I mean, if I turn this off, do I even need the left and right shifting? Maybe I don't. Yeah, that actually looks really good. Maybe I don't need it, or maybe I can lessen it. I think it's fucking with the rock animations I did. So a couple of things that are not moving right based on the focal point of this would be this guy here. I see. Yeah, and then this one suddenly moves to the right, but I think it's because I fucked up the... I fucked up the Y curve there. But also I think this should not... Maybe like this. Okay. You haven't watched a new anime since the pandemic? Damn, that's been a while then for you, huh? I mean, I get it. Yeah, if you don't have the time for it, what can you do? Yeah. Let's turn off all the annotations. Let's... Okay, I think this is pretty good. I think we can call this stream here, because this is, like, pretty decent. I have to... let's turn off... Let's make a good render of this. So let's save. Is this a YouTube video? Why is this playing the... What are the... This is not how this song goes. How strange. Okay. I don't know why it's doing that. Okay, so let us hide all the rig controls. I'll probably make a new workspace for this, actually. So let's do no specular lighting, outline, backface culling, cavity, world, this matte cap, and texture. A little bit. It's still looking good. Is there a flatter one I can use? I don't think so. What if I just use flat shading then? Yeah, I like this better. JJK, Chainsaw Man, Soul Leveling. I mean, I didn't watch Soul Leveling, so I'm not sure. JJK was like pretty decent. Chainsaw Man, the at least the Reze movie was like amazing. I thought it was really really good. The series I thought was like also pretty decent. Like I don't know if I would like watch it again, but the movie was fucking amazing. Yeah, I don't like the motion of this one anymore. Yeah, as long as everything seems to be coming from the focal point or the yeah, I forget what you call them. The convergence point of the lines. Let me turn off rig bones and relationship lines and turn off origins, and I'll just make sure nothing is selected. Oh, I gotta turn off the 3D cursor too. 3D cursor, annotations. Let's make sure that the color management space is correct and standard. That's good. Oh wait, maybe there is a timeline in here. Okay, I was like, okay, I'm not stupid. Or Blender's not stupid. It's me. I'm dumb. Okay, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and render this, and then I'll probably next stream, or maybe off stream. I don't know. I'll add the. I'll probably have to do it on stream. I'll do the lasers, and then I'll do the hair, and I think I can call this done. This looks much better than I thought it would. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. Okay. Let's give this a sweet old render then. And this is fine. Play blast. I watched the Resident movie with my friend group because once in a lifetime theater experience is good. I didn't know what was happening though. Uh, you know, yeah, I did. I watched the Chainsaw Man series like very shortly before watching the movie, so I did have context for it. But I don't. I'm trying to remember if. I mean, I guess if you don't know anything about the series, it's like a little. You're like, what the hell's going on? It's so sick. Yeah, I'm glad you like it, Wyatt. Next, I got only thing left to do is to add the lasers and the Etano Circus stuff, and then maybe some effects and like clouds and stuff. Um, and then this should be good. It's coming out better than way better than I thought it would. Not gonna lie. I really wasn't sure what I was looking for when I started this. Something about this section is still a little weird, but I mean, it's nothing I can't fix later in a polish with fresh eyes, you know. But this is our animation for now. Probably need to get the some sort of rocket booster effects for her little trail things in the end. Yeah, the camera is a little much at some points. Maybe something's a little much. There's a little almost too much movement at some point in it, but not bad at all. We'll go ahead and call this. Anyway, so thank you guys for showing up to the stream. I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me as always. Let's get this playing here. And then I'll say my goodbyes. Goodbye, beautiful people. And yeah, I'll see you maybe during the week, maybe next weekend. Um, and we'll get the shot finished up for realsies. And then maybe we'll test some other rigs, or maybe we'll move on to another personal animation or something. Okay, later, guys.